Hello everyone, welcome to Chemistry Academy. In JEE Advanced Problem Series, this is episode 31 and today we are going to discuss a problem of chemical kinetics. This problem is taken from International Chemistry Olympiad and it is a very relevant problem with respect to JEE Mains as well as JEE Advanced. So before starting the episode, I will like you to please share about our app in your circle. यदि आप हमारे चैनल पे नए हैं और हमारे चैनल को आपने सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो उसको सब्सक्राइब करिए और वीडियो अगर आपको पसंद आता है तो लाइक ज़रूर करिए। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं एपिसोड 31। सो द प्रॉब्लम इज काइनेटिक बिहेवियर ऑफ ओजोन। ओजोन इज अ फॉर्म ऑफ ऑक्सीजन. It is a natural component of the stratosphere where it shields the earth from life-destroying ultraviolet radiations. On absorbing light in this region, ozone is converted into dioxygen molecule. For the overall reaction of ozone decomposition, that is 2 times of O3 in gaseous state is converted into 3 times of O2 in gaseous state. One of the proposed mechanism is expressed as it is a two-step process. The first step is reversible while the second step is irreversible, where K1, K inverse and K2 are the rate constants. This problem has 5 parts. So the first part, 7.1 part of the problem is, according to the above mechanism, what are the differential rate equation for the formation or consumption of O3, O2 and nascent oxygen at time t, assuming step 2 is irreversible. The second part of the problem is simplification in obtaining the rate law may be found by making appropriate assumptions. Assuming that the concentration of nascent oxygen atoms reaches equilibrium rapidly, its concentration may be given by the equilibrium constant for the reaction 1. The second step is rate determining. Under this equilibrium approximation, deduce the differential rate law equation for the ozone depletion as a function of O2 and O3 concentrations. And the third part of the problem is, another assumption frequently made is that the rates of oxygen atoms production and the consumption are equal. This is called steady state. Under the steady state approximation, that is, the rate of change in concentration of nascent oxygen is equal to 0. Show that the rate equation is equal to minus times of change in concentration of ozone with respect to time is equal to 2 times of K1 K2 into concentration of ozone whole square upon K inverse into concentration of O2 plus K2 into concentration of O3. One pathway for the destruction of ozone in the upper atmosphere is catalyzed by freons. For instance, when freons 12 migrates to the upper atmosphere, the ultraviolet photolysis of freons may give rise to nascent chlorine atoms according to the following reaction. So the reaction is CCl2F2 on absorbing one ultraviolet photon will form CF2Cl plus nascent chlorine. The chlorine atoms can act as a catalyst for the destruction of ozone. The first slow step of the chlorine catalyzed mechanism is proposed as follows. So the nascent chlorine in gaseous state plus ozone in gaseous state will form ClO in gaseous state plus O2 in gaseous state. Assuming a two-step mechanism, propose the second step in the mechanism. And the last part of the problem is, the activation energy for chlorine catalyzed destruction of ozone is 2.1 kilojoule per mole, while the activation energy for the reaction without the presence of catalyst is 14 kilojoule per mole. Estimate the ratio of rate constant for the catalyzed reaction to that for the uncatalyzed reaction at 25 degrees Celsius, assuming that the frequency factor is the same for each reaction. So let us start solving one by one. So we are starting with the first part of the problem, right? So this part is very easy. They have given the two-step mechanism and they are asking that according to the above mechanism, what are the differential rate law equation for the formation or consumption of O3, O2 and nascent oxygen at time t, assuming step 2 is irreversible. So step 1 is reversible and step 2 is irreversible. If we write that at any point of time, what is the net rate of consumption of ozone. So for consumption of ozone, we should use minus sign over here, because when we are writing, the rate of a reaction can never be negative. So since the concentration of ozone is decreasing with time, this minus sign is indicating that the whole value will be positive. So due to the first forward reaction, पहली reaction reversible है, forward reaction की वजह से ozone जो है वो consume हो रहा है, and for single step reaction order and molecularity will be same. So we can write that for forward reaction, rate constant of forward reaction is K1 into concentration of reactant raised to the power stoichiometric coefficient. Stoichiometric coefficient of balanced reaction is 1. Due to the backward reaction, there is formation of ozone. That's why, and we are writing the consumption of ozone. That's why we have to subtract it. So we can write that rate constant of backward reaction, that is K inverse into concentration of nascent oxygen into concentration of O2. So the first reversible reaction, the net rate of consumption of ozone is written. In the second reaction also ozone is being consumed. So we can write here that the rate of the second reaction is equal to the rate constant K2 into concentration of ozone into concentration of nascent oxygen. So this is the net value of rate of consumption of ozone. If you want to write what is the net value of formation of ozone, ये माइनस साइन जो है इसको राइट हैंड साइड में ले जाओ, that will be the net value of formation of ozone. This is the net value of consumption of ozone, right? So whenever we have to write about reactant, we should write rate of consumption. Whenever we have to write about product, we should write rate of formation, because rate of a reaction is always positive. तो ये पहला पार्ट हो गया, ओजोन का रेट ऑफ कंजम्पशन हमें पता चल गया. Then we have to write about oxygen, and oxygen is product, right? So we can write here that the net rate of formation of oxygen, that is dO2 upon dt, is equal to first forward reaction की वजह से फॉर्म हो रहा है. So we should write that this is K1 into concentration of ozone. Backward reaction से oxygen is going to consume, so we have to subtract here. We should write K inverse into concentration of nascent oxygen into concentration of ozone. And because of this second reaction, there is formation of this second reaction में अगर हम rate law equation लिखते हैं, what is rate of the second reaction? Rate of second reaction can be written as rate of consumption of ozone divided by 1, which is equal to rate of consumption of nascent oxygen divided by 1, is equal to rate of formation of ozone divided by 2. So we have to write rate of formation of oxygen, right? So rate of formation of oxygen is equal to 2 times of rate of reaction. From here I can write that rate of formation of oxygen is 2 times of rate of reaction, and rate of the reaction is equal to rate constant of the reaction, that is K2, concentration of reactant raised to the power their stoichiometric coefficient. तो यहाँ से अगर मैं यहाँ वैल्यू पुट करता हूँ, क्योंकि यहाँ पे हमें अगेन ऑक्सीजन का केवल फॉर्मेशन लिखना है. So from there we can write that this value should be positive, and that is 2 times K2 into concentration of ozone into concentration of nascent oxygen. So this is the net value of rate of formation of ozone. फिर हमें nascent oxygen के बारे में इसी तरह से लिखना है. For nascent oxygen we should write here nascent oxygen is reaction intermediate. So either you can write in terms of rate of formation or rate of consumption. If I am writing what is the net rate of formation of nascent oxygen, तो पहली रिएक्शन में जो फॉरवर्ड रिएक्शन है उससे नेसेंट ऑक्सीजन फॉर्म हो रहा है. सो फ्रॉम देयर आई कैन राइट दैट दिस इज इक्वल टू K1 into concentration of ozone. Backward reaction it is going to consume, so I should write minus times of K inverse concentration of ozone into concentration of nascent oxygen. And here again it is being consumed, so I should write here this is minus times of K2 into concentration of O3 into concentration of nascent oxygen. Here in reverse reaction when we are writing, it should be concentration of O2, not concentration of O3, यहाँ पे O2 है, so we should write the concentration of O2. So this is the first part of the problem and it's a very simple problem. Let us move to the second part. So the second part of the problem is simplification in obtaining the rate law may be found by making appropriate assumption, assuming that the concentration of nascent oxygen atoms reaches equilibrium. So this method is related to equilibrium method, और इक्विलिब्रियम मेथड जो है वो तब वैलिड है व्हेन देयर इज एन इक्विलिब्रियम बिटवीन द रिएक्टेंट एंड द रिएक्शन इंटरमीडिएट. इन दिस रिएक्शन ओजोन जो है वो रिएक्टेंट है, ऑक्सीजन जो है वो प्रोडक्ट है और नेसेंट ऑक्सीजन रिएक्शन इंटरमीडिएट है. हम इक्विलिब्रियम मेथड को तब यूज करते हैं व्हेन देयर इज एन इक्विलिब्रियम बिटवीन द रिएक्टेंट एंड द रिएक्शन इंटरमीडिएट. सो आफ्टर सम टाइम there is an equilibrium between the reaction intermediate and the reactant, and the value of equilibrium constant for this reaction can be written as K1 upon K inverse, which is equilibrium constant, which is equal to the concentration of nascent oxygen, concentration of oxygen molecule upon concentration of ozone molecule, and from here we can calculate what is the concentration of nascent oxygen. So the concentration of nascent oxygen from here we can write in terms of equilibrium constant K1 upon K inverse into concentration of ozone upon concentration of O2 molecule. In the question they have mentioned that the second step is the rate determining step. So for the second step we should write that rate of the second step is equal to rate constant K2 into concentration of ozone into concentration of nascent oxygen. Whenever we are writing the rate of overall reaction, while writing the rate of overall reaction, it is difficult to calculate the concentration of reaction intermediate. So always we write either in terms of reactant and product. So here in the rate determining step, the nascent oxygen is coming. We have to remove, in order to remove the concentration of nascent oxygen, we should use the first relation of equilibrium constant. So if this is the first equation and this is the second equation, we can put the value of first in the second equation. तो यहाँ nascent oxygen को अगर हम remove करेंगे, we can write that rate of the second reaction is equal to rate constant K2, और ओजोन यहाँ पे अगर हम nascent oxygen की value रखेंगे, then it will come K1 upon K inverse concentration of ozone whole square into concentration of O2 to the power -1. So this is the overall rate law equation using equilibrium method. इसमें अगर आपसे कोई ये पूछे कि what is overall order of the reaction, overall order of the reaction we can write that is equal to 2 minus 1, so that is equal to 1. So decomposition of ozone is following the first order kinetics. It is of second order with respect to ozone and -1 order with respect to oxygen. It is a complex reaction. So the second method we are going to discuss here, because the third part is related to steady state approximation. So steady state approximation और equilibrium method में क्या अंतर है? In case of equilibrium method, there is an equilibrium between the reactant and the reaction intermediate, and with the help of the equilibrium constant we can calculate the concentration of reaction intermediate, and then we can put that concentration of reaction intermediate in the rate determining step to get the answer in terms of reactant and product. While in case of steady state approximation, we assume that as the reaction starts, after some time, the reaction intermediate is in steady state. In steady state means the concentration of reaction intermediate is almost constant, means the rate of formation is equal to rate of consumption, means the net rate of formation or net rate of consumption of reaction intermediate is equal to 0. So assuming that after an initial induction period, the rates of change of concentration of all the reaction intermediates are negligibly small, means 0. So that is the approximation we take in a steady state method. So here the third part of the question, which is very important with respect to JEE Mains as well as advanced, Another assumption frequently made is that the rate of oxygen atom production and consumptions are equal. Under the steady state approximation, that is, the net rate of formation of nascent oxygen with respect to time is equal to 0, show that the rate equation can be written in the given form, right? तो सबसे पहले हम nascent oxygen का rate of formation लिखते हैं. So because of the first forward reaction, nascent oxygen is going to form. So we can write that this is equal to K1 into concentration of ozone. Backward reaction की वजह से oxygen consume हो रहा है. So we should write K inverse into concentration of O2 into concentration of nascent oxygen. और इस रिएक्शन में अगेन जो नेसेंट ऑक्सीजन है वो कंज्यूम हो रहा है. सो वी शुड राइट हियर K2 into concentration of O3 into concentration of nascent oxygen. This value is equal to 0. From here I can write that K1 into concentration K inverse into concentration of O2 plus K2 into concentration of O3 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय द कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ नेसेंट ऑक्सीजन. और यहां से हम कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ नेसेंट ऑक्सीजन भी कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं. सो नाउ वी हैव टू राइट व्हाट इज द नेट रेट ऑफ consumption of ozone. So if I write that what is the net rate of consumption of ozone, we can already written in the first part, we have to again write net rate of consumption of ozone is equal to the rate of forward reaction, that is K1 into concentration of ozone minus the rate of backward reaction, that is K inverse into concentration of O2 into concentration of nascent oxygen, and minus, because here consumption is there, so it should be plus, so K2 into concentration of O3 into concentration of nascent oxygen. ये वैल्यू है. हमें अगर यहाँ पे देखें तो देर इज नो टर्म रिगार्डिंग द नेसेंट ऑक्सीजन. नेसेंट ऑक्सीजन से रिगार्डिंग कोई भी टर्म नहीं है. वी हैव टू रिमूव दैट एंड वी हैव टू सिंप्लीफाई दिस, राइट. तो यहाँ पे हम लिख सकते हैं कि K1 into concentration of ozone can be written in this form, and again from there we can put the value. तो सबसे पहला काम हमारा यही है कि K1 into concentration of ozone को इस फॉर्म में लिखें, that is equal to K inverse into concentration of O2 plus K2 into concentration of ozone multiplied by the concentration of nascent oxygen plus ये जितनी भी टर्म है इसको लिखते हैं, तो दैट इज इक्वल टू K इनवर्स इनटू कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ O2 इनटू कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ नेसेंट ऑक्सीजन प्लस K2 इनटू कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ O3 इनटू कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ नेसेंट ऑक्सीजन. फ्रॉम हियर इफ वी open the bracket K inverse into O2 into nascent oxygen and minus times of K inverse, so this term is going to cancel out. ये 2 times हो जाएगी वैल्यू. सो फ्रॉम हियर वी कैन राइट दैट this is equal to rate of consumption of ozone with respect to time, which is equal to 2 times of K2 into concentration of O3 into concentration of nascent oxygen. And now from here, if we put the value of concentration of nascent oxygen in this equation, we can write that 2 times of K2 into concentration of ozone. Concentration of nascent oxygen can be written as K1 into concentration of ozone divided by K inverse into concentration of O2 plus K2 into concentration of O3. So from here if you simplify, you are getting this value 2 times of K1 into K2 ozone whole square upon K inverse into concentration of O2 plus K2 into concentration of ozone. So this is known as solving the question by steady state method, right? अगर हम इसमें भी approximation लेते हैं, if we take the approximation, जैसे हमने equilibrium method में लिया था कि in equilibrium method they have mentioned that the second step is rate determining step. Rate determining step का rate constant कम होता है. So on the basis of that, if we neglect this value, we'll get the same answer what we get in case of equilibrium method. So very relevant point, and these type of things will come in JEE Advanced. ये हमारे syllabus के अंदर ही है. जेई एडवांस, जेई मेंस में ऐसे क्वेश्चन पूछे जा सकते हैं. सो दिस इज अबाउट द थर्ड पार्ट, right? Application of steady state approximation method. Now discussing the fourth part of the problem. Due to Freon 12, there is catalysis reaction. The rate of consumption of ozone is going to or catalyzed by the nascent chlorine. The nascent chlorine is produced by the decomposition of Freon by ultraviolet radiations coming from sun. So this nascent chlorine atom is produced. Chlorine atom can act as a catalyst for the destruction of ozone. The first slow step of a Cl catalyzed mechanism is proposed as, ये पहला step दे रखा है, right? We have to write assuming a two-step mechanism. Propose the second step in this mechanism. तो ये जो है यहाँ पे दिस इज द प्रोडक्शन ऑफ द कैटलिस्ट, ये कैटलिस्ट है. और कैटलिस्ट की डेफिनेशन क्या है कि कैटलिस्ट रिएक्शन से पहले भी होता है और रिएक्शन के बाद में भी होता है. ओवरऑल रिएक्शन में कैटलिस्ट कंज्यूम नहीं होता, बट ड्यूरिंग द रिएक्शन द कैटलिस्ट कैन पार्टिसिपेट इन द रिएक्शन, राइट? ड्यूरिंग द मैकेनिज्म द कैटलिस्ट कैन पार्टिसिपेट. तो अभी ये जो पहला स्टेप, दिस इज द फर्स्ट स्टेप दैट इज गिवन एंड दे आर आस्किंग फॉर द सेकेंड स्टेप. तो सेकेंड स्टेप ये होना चाहिए एंड द रीजन इज दैट the overall reaction when we are writing, so if we add these two we'll get 2 times of O3 in gaseous state, right? और यहाँ पे जो है वो आ जाएगा 3 times of O2 in gaseous state. So if we have to write the second step, already we know that this is the reaction intermediate. तो ये हमारा reactant हो गया, ये finally consume होगा. This is the reaction intermediate. एंड वी ऑल्सो नो दैट कि दिस इज कैटलिस्ट. तो ये जो कैटलिस्ट पहले है ये बाद में भी अभी यहाँ इस रिएक्शन में कंज्यूम हो रहा है, तो सेकेंड रिएक्शन में ये प्रोड्यूस होना चाहिए क्योंकि ओवरऑल रिएक्शन में कैटलिस्ट पार्टिसिपेट नहीं करेगा. एंड वी नो दैट फाइनल प्रोडक्ट इज O2 एंड द रिएक्टेंट इज O3 एंड वी नो दैट 2 molecules. सो दैट्स व्हाई दिस रिएक्शन इंटरमीडिएट विल react with another molecule of ozone to form 2 molecules of O2. पहली रिएक्शन में एक मॉलिक्यूल है और ये 2 मॉलिक्यूल. ओवरऑल रिएक्शन में देयर इज फॉर्मेशन ऑफ 3 मॉलिक्यूल्स ऑफ O2. सो ओवरऑल रिएक्शन हमें पता है, इस वजह से वी आर एबल टू गेस दैट यहाँ पे जो रिएक्शन इंटरमीडिएट है वो ओजोन के एक और मॉलिक्यूल से रिएक्ट करके कैटलिस्ट रिप्रोड्यूस करेगा और 2 मॉलिक्यूल्स ऑफ ऑक्सीजन फॉर्म होगा. सो दिस इज ओवरऑल रिएक्शन. सो दिस इज द आंसर दे आर आस्किंग अबाउट. व्हाट इज द सेकेंड स्टेप वी कैन राइट. ओके, सो ClO plus O3 will form Cl plus 2 times of O2. That is the second step. The fifth part of the problem is the activation energy for chlorine catalyzed destruction of ozone is 2.1 kilojoule per mole, while the activation energy for the reaction without the presence of catalyst is 14 kilojoule per mole. Estimate the ratio of rate constant for the catalyzed reaction to that for the uncatalyzed reaction at 25 degrees Celsius. Assumption is frequency factor is same for each reaction. तो अगर हम ये लिखते हैं कि what is the rate constant is equal to pre-exponential factor e to the power minus EA upon RT. If nothing is mentioned, we'll assume that this reaction follow Arrhenius equation, right? So ये Arrhenius equation है. अगर हम कैटलिस्ट के प्रेजेंस में इस रिएक्शन को कराते हैं या विदाउट कैटलिस्ट वी आर राइटिंग, देन द रेट कांस्टेंट विथ कैटलिस्ट इज इक्वल टू प्री एक्सपोनेंशियल फैक्टर e टू द पावर माइनस एक्टिवेशन एनर्जी इन प्रेजेंस ऑफ कैटलिस्ट अपॉन RT. Rate constant without catalyst we can write pre-exponential factor e to the power activation energy without catalyst upon RT. So we know that कि catalyst will decrease the activation energy. इन्होंने दे रखा है activation energy of chlorine catalyzed destruction of ozone is 2.1 while that of activation energy of the reaction without the presence of catalyst is 14. So if we put the value, the pre-exponential factor is same in both the cases, right? So we can write here this value is equal to e to the power activation energy without catalyst माइनस एक्टिवेशन एनर्जी इन प्रेजेंस ऑफ कैटलिस्ट डिवाइडेड बाय RT. इसको अगर हम सिंप्लीफाई करें देन वी कैन फाइंड आउट व्हाट इज द रेशियो ऑफ रेट कांस्टेंट इन प्रेजेंस ऑफ कैटलिस्ट अपॉन रेट कांस्टेंट इन एब्सेंस ऑफ कैटलिस्ट. सो दिस वैल्यू इज इक्वल टू ई टू द पावर, यहाँ पे वैल्यू दे रखी है 14 किलो जूल एंड दिस वैल्यू इज 2.1 किलो जूल। सो इसको जूल में कन्वर्ट कर लेते हैं, वी शुड मल्टीप्लाई हियर बाई 1000। आर की वैल्यू हम 8.314 रखेंगे and temperature is 298 Kelvin. If we do the calculation, we are getting that this value is equal to 122. So the ratio of rate constant in presence of catalyst and in absence of catalyst we have calculated, and that ratio is equal to 122 times, right? So we can say that the rate of reaction increases 122 times by using the कैटलिस्ट। मुझे उम्मीद है कि आपके लिए ये क्वेश्चन जो है वो यूजफुल होगा, एंड अगर आपको इसी तरह के क्वेश्चंस चाहिए तो प्लीज़ हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करिए, और अभी भी आपने हमारे वीडियो को लाइक नहीं किया है तो प्लीज़ लाइक करिए। थैंक यू वेरी मच, बाय बाय।